Ten Hag sacked to decide future of exiled Man United duo with Ratcliffe to allow Mason Greenwood return. Erik Ten Hag's future is increasingly uncertain, and TEAMtalk understands that his potential sacking will have ramifications for Mason Greenwood and Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. Pressure continues to mount on the Dutch coach as the Red Devils sit in 8th place in the table, on track for their worst ever finish in the Premier League era. Greenwood's future will likely be one of the summer's biggest stories. Events saw him banned from the club and subsequently loaned out to Getafe at the start of this season, where he has scored 8 goals and made 9 assists in 28 La Liga appearances. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has vowed to take another look at his situation. TEAMtalk sources have confirmed that Getafe are very interested in keeping him for another season and intend to open negotiations with Man United soon. A decision will be made in the summer, and Man United would prefer a sale rather than another loan for Greenwood, but TEAMtalk can reveal that they will not accept a cut price fee and will only sanction his exit if a suitable offer is tabled. If no club submits a suitable offer, we understand that the Red Devils will allow Greenwood to return to the squad, assuming Ten Hag is no longer there. Atletico Madrid consider Greenwood move, Sancho in limbo. Atletico Madrid have been following Greenwood's situation very closely and, like Getafe, planning to get in touch with Man United over a potential deal. Juventus have also been heavily linked with the 22-year-old, but TEAMtalk sources state that he has not been made a primary target by the Italian club, contrary to reports. Juve's priority for the summer is to sign a new midfielder, with Adrien Rabiot expected to leave as a free agent in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, some sources have suggested Aston Villa could be one of the Premier League clubs considering Greenwood as someone who could strengthen their squad, particularly given the anticipated farewell of Nicolo Zaniolo after his loan spell from Galatasaray. Whether or not Ten Hag is sacked will also affect the future of Sancho. The manager banished him from the first team in September after their public bust-up, for which the winger refused to apologise. Sancho has been on loan with former club Borussia Dortmund since January and has played a key role in helping them reach the Champions League final. TEAMtalk can reveal that playing for Man United again next season is possible for the 24-year-old, but again, only if Ten Hag is sacked. Ratcliffe will not make a final decision on Greenwood or Sancho until the manager's situation is resolved, but everything points towards a new boss taking charge at Old Trafford next term. Man United told to complete astonishing Jose Mourinho reunion as 4 key factors named. Number 1, target must be forgotten. Manchester United chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been told he must forget about his main target to replace Erik Ten Hag and instead greenlight a sensational move for the club's ex-manager Jose Mourinho. Ratcliffe had previously been leaning towards sticking with Ten Hag, but ever since Man United's 4-0 loss to Crystal Palace there have been growing rumours that the Dutchman is set to be sacked at the end of the campaign. Several outlets have revealed that the Man United players expect Ten Hag to be axed, while the morale among the squad is at an all-time low. Departing Bayern Munich boss Thomas Tuchel is known to be keen on managing Man United, should such an opportunity present itself. While the German is on Ratcliffe's radar, he does not appear to be the current frontrunner to take over at Old Trafford. Instead, it has been claimed that Gareth Southgate is the number 1 candidate to succeed from Ten Hag, as Man United chiefs feel he is the perfect man to lead their exciting project. But that potential swoop has not gone down well with some members of the Man United fanbase, while a shock move for Mourinho has been suggested instead. Former Liverpool and Aston Villa striker Stan Collymore thinks Mourinho would help Man United get back in the mix for regular trophies due to 4 key reasons: his ability as a leader, his tenacity in creating a solid play style, his winning attitude and the fact he loves a challenge. I thought Jose Mourinho getting the United job when he did, in July 2016, was completely the wrong move, Collymore wrote in his column for Caught Offside. Attack was United's history, but the special one arrived and we saw the dark arts, ******, and sometimes turgid football in an era of progressive coaches like Pep and Klopp. But now, it's a whole new ball game. Next Man United manager, Jose Mourinho swoop suggested. Forget Gareth Southgate. I know him well and he won't know what's hit him at United should they go through a bad spell, criticism, and are in the spotlight on a weekly basis, not every few months when there's an international or tournament on. United need a leader again, someone willing to create an identity and a style of play, even if it's not the most exciting. A style that competes, wins, and weeds out the weak and immature. I'm increasingly coming round to the fact that one man in world football still has that ability to galvanize and who would relish the challenge. His name? Jose Mourinho. Mourinho took charge of 144 matches for Man United between summer 2016 and winter 2018. While Man United finished 6th during Mourinho's first season in charge, the Portuguese icon guided the club to Europa League and League Cup glory. Man United moved up the Premier League table the next season, ultimately finishing in second place, though they were way behind eventual champions Manchester City. It proved to be a frustrating season as Mourinho's side were knocked out of the Champions League in the last 16 and lost in the FA Cup final to his former club Chelsea. Mourinho was sacked in December 2018 following a poor start to the 2018-19 season, which saw Man United win just 7 of their opening 17 league games. Mourinho had fallen out with several of his players and was a deeply polarizing figure, something which prompted the Man United hierarchy to land club legend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as his replacement. While players such as Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford would be gutted to see Mourinho return to Man United, it is clear that the serial winner would immediately sort out a host of the club's underperforming stars. The only trouble is that Ratcliffe wants to prioritize the signings of top young talents, and this might not fit in with what Mourinho hopes to achieve. Former Man United man endorses 3x UCL-winning boss for Ten Hag's job as he's itching to be hired. Louis Saha has revealed he would dream to have Zinedine Zidane at Manchester United, and he feels it will be hard for the former Real Madrid coach to stay out of management for another year. Erik Ten Hag has failed to follow up on a good first season at United. He won the League Cup, reached the FA Cup final and finished 3rd in the Premier League. This term, he's achieved only one of those feats, an FA Cup final place, and that was after extra time and penalties against Championship Coventry. A respectable league finish seems to have gone out the window, with the Red Devils now 8th. With every passing day, it seems Sir Jim Ratcliffe has more reason to be done with Ten Hag and find a better option. There are a myriad of reports suggesting who the next United boss will be, with Thomas Tuchel one of the big names that keeps cropping up. Whether or not he is hired remains to be seen, but former United man Saha hopes it's an elite boss that takes the place of Ten Hag instead. Indeed, he wants former Real Madrid boss Zidane, who's been without a role since 2021, to take the top job at Old Trafford, as he feels he has the perfect persona to succeed in the role. Saha dreams of Zidane at United. Zinedine Zidane has the character and charisma to manage Manchester United, Saha told OLBG. What he represents for football, for footballers. I'm sure that if he goes to any club, he would have the same impact. But obviously, I need to see this impact at Manchester United. I hope that can be Erik Ten Hag, who brings major trophies back to United, but that's not what I see at the moment. Zidane is the manager I would dream to have at Manchester United for obvious reasons. Indeed, the impact Zidane can have is clear to see. He's been named the world's best club coach twice, won 3 Champions Leagues as a manager, 2 La Liga titles and 2 Club World Cups. Zidane is itching to be hired. According to Saha, after a 3-year hiatus from management, Zidane is showing that he wants back in. He would do well and he's motivated to come back into football, and I think it will be difficult for him to stay out for another year, Saha said. The former United striker also feels players would want to play under Zidane, and that he'd be a step up from other Red Devils bosses since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. So let's see what happens, but his impact at United would be huge because a lot of players would see him as an inspiration, a motivation to excel and not just accept the standard they are currently at, Saha added. His charisma and what he represents as a player and now a manager, I think he would be a step up.